right quick, just want to share two you can say herbs, two quote unquote supplements that's great for the great for memory. Ginkgo biloba, which is spelled Gingko, and biloba Biloba. So Ginkgo biloba, and also another one that comes to mind is Gatu cola, or Gotukola. But Ginkgo biloba and Gatu cola is one of the best things for memory and brain cognition. And I'm gonna share a few little facts about Ginkgo biloba, mostly, not really Gatu cola, but and just how, like, from my experience, it's extremely powerful and good for, like, for the brain cognition and for the brain memory. So I'm gonna kind of speak on it a little bit. The Ginkgo biloba tree could grow up to 1,000 years old, or be up to 1,000 years old. So it could, grow for a very long time, up to 100 to 122 feet tall. And also, it's one of the world's oldest living tree species, tracing back to over like 3 million years ago. And when I thought about that, like, and I think about how, we want to stay away from GMO foods, and how, like, even some fruits and vegetables have been genetically modified or genetically engineered, like how nowadays you got these grapes that, it's cotton candy grapes. We infuse the flavor of cotton candy, or these little apples that's, got a different flavor, like a grapple, but it got grape flavored apple. You know what I'm saying? Like, all those little modified things, that doesn't coincide with our DNA. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been modified outside of it. So of course you'll get health in essence from it being a fruit, and it having some type of life force in essence. But your DNA is being scrambled in essence, because your body, like, wait, what the fuck, this molecular structure, like, this ain't natural, like, there ain't nothing in nature that reads like this. You know what I'm saying? That's what, because that's basically what's happening is when we get some of these food, like the soy from Monsanto, is like the body, like, hold on, the molecular structure, this is not no biological life in essence. But so it's of three, like, one of the most eldest species. So I mean, Ginkgo biloba in essence been around for a long time and haven't been, tampered with. So that's a good sign. Whenever you're dealing with ancient stuff, what I'm saying, in most cases that's where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Like, even down to get knowledge. Like, would I rather get my knowledge from the Bible, or would I rather get my knowledge from the people who wrote the Bible got their knowledge from? You know what I'm saying? I'd rather go to the people who the people who wrote the Bible got their knowledge from. I wouldn't stop at the Bible. Like, I want to go further back into ancient times. So, like, when stuff is ancient, like like this tree, it gives more of a vibe of, like, all right, there's something that been around. So it in essence, it haven't been tampered with, But so basically, Ginkgo biloba improves the brain circulation, or the clotting of the blood. So say, for instance, if you get, like, if the blood moving too, cause matter of fact, that's what eating a lot of sugar does in essence too. Like, it makes the blood like a syrup, and the blood like a syrup, it pumps slower. So how you get, I'm tired, when you get a sugar rush, because your damn blood moving like syrup, and you're not able to be vital, because your blood is syrup. You're not being able to. Part of the reason why we're able to exercise and be vital is because a lot of oxygen is being pumped to the muscles, and the oxygen going to the muscles so they could continue to work. They burn out faster whenever there's less oxygen present. That's why when we don't drink a lot of water, or we're not breathing right when we're working out, you know what I'm saying, you can't do as many reps, you know what I'm saying, because the oxygen not flowing through the blood properly. Same thing for the brain. In order for the brain to, be operating at its highest capacity, it needs that blood flow to be clear and fluent. You know what I'm saying? Ginkgo biloba also protects the nerve function. The nervous system is what connects, it's our connection to spirit. So, we definitely want to have the nervous system up to par. That's why in a lot of cases, you're dealing with salt and sugars, the artificial salts and artificial sugars, you lack like it kind of throws you off on your spiritual growth in essence, because the sugars and salt throws off your nervous system. Matter of fact, it works on the nervous system the same way cocaine does. So it throws you off. So Ginkgo biloba though helps protect the nerve function, so you could be balanced. Your nerves aren't thrown off. You're not anxious or or worried, or just all those different vibes that come from your nervous system being off. Ginkgo biloba helps to stabilize the nerve function. Also, Ginkgo biloba helps to increase Ginkgo biloba increases the synthesis of the memory chemical, and the memory chemical is acetylcholine. acetylcholine, acetylcholine. But Ginkgo biloba increases that chemical that has to do with memory. As a matter of fact, Ginkgo biloba is definitely always prescribed, or not even say prescribed, I don't even like using the word prescribed, but in essence, definitely suggested for people with Alzheimer's, or just that bad memory, because matter of fact, with the increase in blood circulation and fortifying the nervous system, not only you got the right amount of oxygen flow, but you got the right amount of electricity, flowing through the brain as well. As a matter of fact, it amplifies the brain cognition. Brain cognition, you think of cognition, and again, when I'm breaking down some of the etymology, I didn't learn it. It's just natural. Like, you could break down words for yourself. Like, all right, cognition. Think of the word ignition or ignite, is the root word in ignition. So to ignite something, or ignition, then cognition. So I mean, C-O, usually co means to cooperate. You know what I'm saying? So it's like cooperation in the ignition. So cognition, so basically like brain cells, cognition is like brain cells firing cooperatively, you know what I'm saying, in essence. And brain cells that fire together, wired together, So as you're taking this Ginkgo biloba, it's constantly, allowing for the brain to have more cognition, and as you're taking Ginkgo biloba, it's becoming a habit, of these, of the brain having this cognition and the wiring to be balanced. So as that becomes a habit, you see more and more how your memory will grow, just through continuously taking the Ginkgo biloba. But again, this is one of the best things for memory and brain cognition. And it's also indirectly, I learned, for the males, it's good for erectile dysfunction as well, because it allows for the blood to flow to extremities as well, and also in that genital area, So for the males, Ginkgo biloba indirectly, help that little area as well. I think black seed oil is good for the the sexual area as well. I think for females as well, but I digress. But yeah, so it helps erectile dysfunction as well. And of course the extract, in most cases it comes from the leaf. And with side effects, I saw videos speaking on side effects, but my honest assessment, my logic mind would say, hey, you got to get this information from somebody who, teaches this information. But my higher self, when watching that information, something told me like, nah, because some of the information was coming from a doctor, and like he was so adamant, like when he was talking about the side effects, I just felt the energy of him being that doctor that still, is in cahoots or in bed with the pharmacy. So as much as he's, informing people about Ginkgo biloba, you also gotta keep people on prescriptions as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one of those mixed truths. And then the other videos that I came across with the side effects, as the person was talking about the side effects, I basically caught the download that just like with anything natural, man, it doesn't really have any side effects. Now we all different. So with that aspect, in which you do your own research before tapping into this, because we all are different. So that's a disclaimer right there, for sure. But I caught the vibe that the side effects are more for people who were like used to using prescription drugs. When they start taking the Ginkgo biloba, like all the lightheadedness and this and that is the transition from dealing with the old fucked up stuff, you know what I'm saying, and getting cleaned out. They kind of going through some little things, so it's seen as side effects, and then of course a doctor would have that. So say for instance, coming from that doctor, it's like, oh, I see these side effects all the time. Well, yeah, you would probably see that because you're used to giving people poison. So whenever they do get on, something that comes straight from source, I'm pretty sure they go through some type of side effect, you know what I'm saying, like a transition away from the poison. So that's probably why he sees so many of these, so strenuous side effects. Because from me dealing with it, from my intuition, all that, I never had nothing. Because I always get a red flag, like when I'm dealing with crystals, if it's something I need to know that's a red flag, like it's gonna let me know, hey, malachite shouldn't be used as elixir, this and that, So if it was so much of a red flag on how much side effects came with Ginkgo biloba, it would be blaringly obvious, like like with the vibe of like it having side effects on that level. But again, the download I received from the side effect vibe is just that's mostly for people switching from prescription pills, or people who not used to being healthy, like people who are used to being extremely unhealthy, and they take Ginkgo biloba for the first time. That may, because again, just like with anything, like with somebody being unhealthy, and they take something that clean them out, like they like feeling funny, like even because say for instance, feeling healthy, even though it's something beneficial, may still feel like, oh, what's going on? Because that's an energy that they're not used to. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh wait, hold on, I'm thinking clear. Something must be wrong. No, hold on, what happened to the noise in my brain? Something must be going on with me. It's like you're so used to insanity and to the bullshit that the good stuff may be seeming like something is going wrong. But that's basically it. Just want to share a few facts about it as well. But again, I'm not no KT the Arc Degree. Matter of fact, shout out to KT the Arc Degree, and definitely go check out his channel when you're looking for information on just plants and just the science of things. My brother KT really go in on that level. You know what I'm saying? But Ginkgo biloba, and matter of fact, because one of the things I'm seeing though too, Ginkgo biloba is great for the pineal gland in that essence, because a lot of being able to assess information, like is being on a quantum level with information, where where not seeing is like, of course I'm helping my brain, so I'm taking Ginkgo biloba for my brain, but with my brain being powered is assessing things that's not just in me. You know what I'm saying? My memory is not just something that's in me, it's the ethers, it's the akashic, it's so I'm accessing like a file, like a cloud file in essence, you know what I'm saying? So it's more of that vibe. So the Ginkgo biloba opens up that pineal, and that pineal gets to operate on that high level, and two, once you retain memory, you'll start to that's when you see yourself starting to grow more spiritually as well, because you're consciously remembering all the things that you're learning, But Ginkgo biloba, and also again, which I didn't have no information on it, but got to or go to cola as well. Very, very great for brain cognition and memory. Like some of the best of the best. And also when dealing with supplements or capsules, I would suggest, if you can't just find just a straight up Ginkgo biloba by itself, with the capsules, You want to be as clean as possible, so make sure the caps are plant-based and non-GMO. Make sure they're not putting no extra silicon dioxide for preservative for freshness. Nature is nature. I don't need no fake shit to preserve that. I don't need to harm myself to preserve freshness. Whether that don't even make sense. Like, I gotta harm the health factor of what I'm eating just so it could be fresh. Like, the whole point of it being fresh is for health. So why would I put something harmful in it to keep it fresh? That doesn't make any sense. And you just start to see more and more how insane these people who's trying to kill everybody, which they're not really killing nobody. The illusion of dying or killing people, but you see where they mind frame it. But again, Gingko Biloba, definitely one of the top ones, for memory and brain cognition. But I digress. Peace. Happy now. Now is the vibrate, of course. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now. Peace.